Okay, here we are then. Let's talk about Rally Sweden 2025. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the runners and riders. We're going to run through the stages. I'm going to talk about a couple of the things that are going to stand out for this event. And also, we're going to talk about a little bit of a controversy about it ahead of the event. And we'll start off with the Rally 1 cars that are entered for this one. And oh boy, we've got quite a list here. We've got 12 Rally 1 cars entered in the event. In fact, I think the manufacturer that's least represented is Hyundai with their three full-time drivers, Adrian Formeau, Oid Tanak and Thierry Neuville in terms of their entry order. Formeau, having been third on Rally Monte Carlo, is going to be second on the road because we don't have a Sebastian Ogier. Instead, our 5 Toyota Yaris's for the event, that's right, we have 5, are going to be led by Elfyn Evans, who, whilst he's not in the championship because of Ogier's win, will be the first car on the road. Carlo Pera will be the second one. He's third on the road after Adrian Formeau. Then we have Taka Katsuta, who is going to be, I think, 7th on the road after Josh McAlane. Sami Piari is going to be 9th after Gregoire Munster. And then 11th on the road, Lorenzo Bertelli. Ford have 4 Puma Rally 1s entered. First one is going to be 6th on the road on Friday. That is Irishman Josh McAlane. Then 8th we have Gregoire Munster. 10th we have returning Martin Sesks. Sesks is going to be doing, I think it's a 6-round campaign, potentially a 7th with a round in Saudi Arabia later in the season. But right now, he's mostly doing the fast stuff. And then we have Jordan Serdaridis making his first appearance of the season. He's going to be the last Rally 1 in the running order for this event. Next up, we're going to go through the Rally 2 entrants. Primarily WRC2, but there are some who aren't entered for WRC2 that are doing this event. However, the top entry on that list is someone who is doing this event. It is Oliver Solberg, who won last year. Albeit with a Skoda, he's now going to do his first WRC2 event in the Toyota GR Yaris Rally 2, having not been nominated for scoring on the season opening Rally Monte Carlo. Jörg Linnemeier is next, and he won a stage outright last year. Still has James Morgan alongside. Rupert Koronen is the 3rd entry on the list and the 3rd GR Yaris. Then after that, it's a sea of Fabias, including the TalkSport entry. We have Pontus Tiedemann making a return, then Mikko Heikkila, Lauri Una. Fauzal Devar is the TalkSport entered driver. Then we have Robert Vervej, who is not entered for WRC2 on this event, but I believe is going to be doing the season. And Isaac Rierson. Then we have the lead Ford Rally 2 entry, the sole Ford Rally 2 entry for Romain Jurgensen. Jurgensen, alongside Sim Oya, is going to be doing a WRC2 campaign with funding from the WRC. That is because Romain Jurgensen was the Rally Star video game graduate into the Junior WRC, ended up winning it, despite the fact that a Rally Star program is a 2-year program. And yeah, now has a fully funded WRC2 campaign in an M Sport entered Ford Fiesta. After that, we have Hikaru Kaguri and Yuki Yamamoto, who are the Toyota GR Yaris Rally 2 entrants for Toyota Gazoo Racing World Rally Team Next Generation. Then we have Tuukka Koppanen, who I have done a video on recently. I will, if I remember, link it to the description section down below. Winner of the Arctic Lapland Rally. He's going to be one to watch. 18 years old. I think this is his second WRC event because he did Rally Finland last year. But yeah, he won the Arctic Rally, beat Carlo Pera, and Koppanen was in a Rally 2. This 18-year-old was in a Rally 2, beating Carlo Pera in a Rally 1 car. There are different stories about it, but you can check out the video for more on that. We also have Mikhail Sowov, who is going to be in another Prince Sport Yaris Rally 2, a WRC veteran. The Pole is 62 years old. We saw him pop up in Rally Poland last year, as well as Rally Sweden in a Fabia RS Rally 2. He's been doing Sweden the past few years, but I believe his first entry in the WRC is, I think we can go back, a couple of decades to try and find it. Looking through WRC results, I see 2004 Sweden, 2003 Sweden. Yeah, I believe that Rally Sweden 2003 in a Group N Production Class World Rally Championship Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 7 was his first WRC event. We then also have Philip Cohn, Bernhard ten Brink, Jaroslav Kotun, Alejandro Mauro, and Ugo Soyu and Miguel Granados in Fabia RS Rally 2s. Rachel Samashini is going to be here for this event as well. She's behind the wheel of a Citroen C3. Alexander Villanueva in a Fabia. Jorge Martinez Merzalde in a I-20N Rally 2. And, well, those last two weren't entered for WRC 2 points. And nor are our final three. Although Martinez Merzalde and Villanueva are in the Masters Cup, these three are not. Didier Thoral, Tony Ribaldo, and Thibaut Poiso. Now let's go through the Rally 3 list. I'll go through the JWRC list separately to this as well, but here is the Rally 3 entry list. Matteo Chatillon is going to be the lead entry in a Renault Clio Rally 3. Then we have Matteo Fontana Villavatanen, who is going to be in a Clio, Fontana in a Fiesta. Then we have the next generation of Toyota Gazoo racing athletes, who are Takumi Matsushita and Shotaro Goto, who are in Clios. Levi Lassala, who is behind the wheel of a Clio. Then we have a few more. We have Adam Gran in a Fiesta Rally 3. George Vasilakis with Alan Harriman alongside. They've done a few entries together now in the WRC, I think going back as far back as 2018. Vasilakis' career, I think, goes all the way back in terms of co-driving, according to EWRC results, to 1991. We then have Eric Royer in a Clio, and I think, no, I haven't mentioned Andre Martinez Merazalda in a Fiesta Rally 3. We also then have Yua Ivari in a Clio. And now we have the JWRC. Not too many entered for this one. I see 12 on the entry list this year, but we'll talk a little bit about them here and there, and let's see what we're talking about, because last year we had 20. Some people are back for this year, some people have been moving around, and we also have a shootout going on between two people vying for a WRC scholarship. Ali Turkan is the top entry. Then we have Taylor Gill. Turkan has been in Rally 3s for quite a while. We've seen him on the ERC and the WRC. He's potentially eyeing up a Rally 1 entry later this year. Taylor Gill is one of the FIA Rally Star graduates alongside the likes of Robbie Jurgensen WRC2. We also have a third Rally Star graduate who we'll get to in a moment, because between those two we have Diego Dominguez Jr., who is going to be trying to compete for the JWRC alongside the WRC3 title, alongside a WRC2 title. He's doing 13 out of the 14 rounds in the WRC this year. Then we have Mille Johansson, who is the Junior ERC champion. Won this round of the Junior WRC last year in a one-off entry in a Rally 3. Junior ERC is in Rally 4 cars. Performed really well in the final round of the ERC in a Rally 3 car last year. Arguably one of the favourites. We also have Max Smart, the South African, is the other FIA Rally Star graduate. This is, like I mentioned earlier, people who started off in video games and went through shootouts to become WRC-backed drivers. Then we have the latest in the Motorsport Ireland Rally Academy fold. Eamon Kelly, Tristan Charpentier, Josep Rav Nguyen, who I believe with the light grey team, did he win class? Last year got a WRC3 win with a Clio. I think the first WRC3 win for a Clio. Thomas Martins, Karim Kazaz, who is Team Petrol Offici, who is also a Turkish entrant. And then we have the two shootout drivers. Now, this is to do with the Beyond Rally initiative. This is something that I've talked about a couple of times. Beyond Rally is a program designed to get the next female driver in the WRC. And it's WRC backed. It's designed for young drivers. And we have two who went to the final 3 at CER and were so difficult to separate that they've been given a second shootout round between them here at Rally Sweden. Claire Schönborn and Licia Bode are both incredibly impressive in terms of their resumes, and best of luck to both of them. The best performance over the course of the weekend will get the rest of the JWRC season funded for them by the WRC promoter. But both of them have done brilliantly to get to this stage so far. I believe it is a bit like the CER, it's not judged solely on outright pace, but we'll have to wait and see for the results there. We then have one entry that is none of these categories we're talking about. Carlo Covi in a Renault Clio Rally 5. And with that, that's the entry list. Let's have a bit of a chat about the stages. Thursday night is our first test, the Umeå Sprint stage. It will also then pop up as the closer on Friday, so as stage 8 as well. Unsurprisingly, it's been unchanged since the first appearance of the Umeå Sprint stage in 2022. And yeah, it's quite a nice exhibition route that we get to see. Then we get into the Friday stages, 2 loops of 3 tests. It is opened up, and I'm going to butcher some of these pronunciations by the way, by Bidsillium. 28.27 kilometer test. Slightly longer than last year's edition. It's just slightly longer at the end of it. But it was also the Botsmark test back in 2023. Then we have Anders Vatnet. The 20.51 kilometer test is the second stage of the loops, and I believe it is all new for 2025. And then we have the third stage of the loops, the Bach test, 10.8 kilometers. Again, supposedly all new for 2025. It runs along the coast, more or less. So, expect to see some pretty nice scenes as you have drivers, maybe a kilometre or so from the sea. Saturday we'll open up with the Vanners test. It's returning from last year. I believe that was when it made its Rally Sweden debut. But it's got roots all the way back to 2004 in various different layouts for local rallying. So it's one that was quite good last year, but it's made a few different appearances before. Then we have Sarsjoliden. The 40.23 kilometer test has been in Rally Sweden since we moved to Umeå in 2022, but similarly has made appearances in local events going all the way back to Rally Vanners of 2004. Stages 11 and 14 are Kogsele, 16.06 kilometer test that is new to the WRC, but is not new to rallying. I believe there are some parts of it, however, that haven't been used before for rally roads. And then the 15th stage is the first run of the Umeå Long test. Again, it is unchanged from its appearance in previous years, though it, in its first appearance in 2022, went a different way down the road to the junction that takes us onto the rest of the stage. Sunday opens up with 2 runs of a now 29.5 kilometer Vastavik test. This stage did appear 25.5 kilometers last year, so it's now nearly 4 kilometers longer. But it's been known as Vastavik, and some of the bits have been used as the Savar test before. So I believe the final few kilometers are brand new for this edition. But the final stage will be familiar. The power stage is the Umeå test, which again ends in the service park. It's a really nice way to do it. It reminds me of Rally Sweden down much further south, when it was previously done around Karlstad, when you had the Torsby test that ended more or less in the service park. It's a nice way to round off the event. An event that sadly has no Bratby in it this year, but has amazing stages nonetheless. But there is controversy, and I've sort of mentioned it. I've seen a few headlines here and there about it. I think the best account in terms of also most up to date is from Tony Heinen over rallyjournal.com, because the local Sami communities have been contesting some parts of the WRC's route. In particular, it's the Omeo Long Test, so the one that's being run on Saturday and Sunday. Not the sprint section, but part of the longer section, as well as the Vastavik and Vanos stages. So the Ransami community has said that permits should be revoked for these stages. The reason why is these are reindeer grazing areas. They don't want reindeer to be scared off and there be impact on the environment and the habitat if WRC runs through its spectators and, of course, Rally 1, Rally 2, Rally 3 and Rally 5 cars going through the test could potentially cause disturbances. They don't want to have any negative impact on their environment, which is understandable. As far as I'm aware, local government doesn't believe there is an issue, and now it's going to be decided whether or not these stages are going to take place, or take place in the ways that they've been designed to, supposedly by the Swedish Transport Agency. Now, the local community has proposed conditions which are essentially, if reindeer are present in the area in the week leading up to the rally, these stages should be cancelled. But whether or not this is going to happen, we will have to wait and see. Looking back to last year's Rally Sweden, but there were so many amazing stories from this rally. The heavy snow that led to WRC2 cars winning stages. A wonderful win for Esa-Pekka Lappi and Janne Firm. I believe the longest wait between WRC event wins in the championship's history. As well as a first podium for Adrian Formoa. It was, a first of 5 last season, and now he's gotten a 6th on his Hyundai debut. Whilst Elfyn Evans got 2nd place in the event. This is the first time that the 2024 points system really caused a controversy, because Thierry Neuville managed to get a clean sweep of 30 points, whereas in this event, Lappi won, but didn't pick up the bonus points on Sunday, whereas Elfyn Evans did. He was 3rd on the Saturday night and ended up scoring the most points in the event. But it was also exemplified by high-speed offs for the likes of Carlo Rovanperä, Oid Tanak, and at one point, challenging for the lead, Takamoto Katsuta. So in terms of ones to watch for this event, I would say Elfyn Evans. I mean, he's going to struggle because he's going to be first on the road. Same for Adrian Formeau. Realistically, it depends on the conditions of the snow. If we end up with something which we did last year, where you get into the second runner stage and there's heavy snowfall going on further back down the order, then the earlier in the stage, obviously, the better. But usually the first 2 or 3 cars struggle. So the sweet spot usually ends up being around 4th, 5th or 6th. And there we have Oid Tanak, Thierry Neuville and Josh McAlean. Oid Tanak is probably going to be one of the guys to watch out for here. He's been good at Rally Sweden in the past. I mean, he won it with Ford, didn't he? He won it in 2023 with the M Sport Ford team. Carlo Rovanperä is great. He hasn't actually won a winter event yet, I believe. Because I think 2023, yeah, he was 4th, 2022. Oh no, he won in 2022, didn't he? Scratch that. But he hasn't had the best of luck. He went off in the Arctic Lapland Rally, granted. That was because a spectator was standing in the stage. But he super rallied last year. The year before in 2023, he was 4th. 2021, he was 2nd on the Arctic Rally. But again, it was Oid Tanak that won there. And whilst he won the Arctic Rally in 2020, it was a Sweden that was more or less a gravel rally, the final edition in Värmland. He was 3rd as well. I would say that Tanak is definitely the driver to watch. Elfyn Evans can be good here, but I mean, Pyari could be fun. Takamoto Katsuta has been brilliant the past few years, if not making a couple of mistakes. I wouldn't expect much from Martin Sesk's first Rally 1 event on snow, but he could end up being lightning in a bottle. As for Rally 2, watch out for Oliver Solberg. I think he's going to be great. I mean, Pontus Tiedemann has the family connection. I think, is he a step-cousin? But the likes of Vej and Jurgensen could also show great pace. And then in Rally 3, I think you'd be having a hot take betting against Malia Hansen here. He's been great before, and he seemingly has local knowledge in a way. because of how great he was last year. So he could do well. I don't know about anybody else that I'd be able to put a relatively safe bet on. But that's that for this video. And oh my word, I've been recording this for nearly half an hour. I know it's probably going to come out a bit shorter than that, but thank you for watching and joining. It means so much to me if you've stuck with it through the entire bit. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If there are any bits that you enjoyed, any bits that I should trim down. Because this is essentially, I think this is longer than my WRC pre-season preview, actually. Yeah, thanks for watching and joining. Until next time, it's bye-bye for now.